Okay, today we're going to talk about rounding to the largest whole number. So when we talk about rounding, that means pushing a number up or making it stay the same, depending on the number to the right. So if I had a number, and we're just going to put a number right here, we're going to start off with something easy, 67, and then I'm going to have 64. So I'm looking at these two numbers here, 67 and 64. So the largest whole number is the number that is the number over here. So the 6 is the largest whole number. And what we do is we always look at the number to the right. Okay, just the number to the right. And then when we round, if the number, and I'm actually going to type this out, if the number is 4 or lower, the number being rounded stays the same. Okay, I'm going to put that with the one that has the number that is 4 or lower. So we take that, we're going to put it with the number that's 4 or lower. So this number to the right, oh, Miss Honors here. Thank you very much. Okay, so the number to the right is 4 or lower. And so this makes this 64, it makes it stay the same. I'm going to erase these here. So it makes the 6 stay the same, and then everything else becomes a 0. So 64 becomes 60. All because the number to the right of the number we're adding, I need to get a new color. There we go. All because the number to the right of the number we're rounding is 4 or lower. Now, if we look at 67, the rule for rounding to the largest whole number is if the number to the right is 5 or higher, the number being rounded goes up. So I'm looking at this 67. The number to the right is the 7. I'm rounding the 6. I'm rounding that number right there. Okay, so the 7, the number to the right, is telling us that it is 5 or higher. Therefore, the 6 becomes a 7, and everything else goes to a 0. So we're going to look at something different now here. I'm going to erase all this, and I'm going to take this off. Boing, there it goes. All right, so now let's say we have 4,893. Okay, what is the largest whole number there? The biggest place value, thousands. So we're rounding the 4. Same thing, all you do is look at the number to the right. It's an 8. I go back to my rules. If the number to the right is 5 or higher, 8 is 5 or higher. Okay, what do? The number being rounded goes up. The 4 goes to a 5. So it then becomes 5,000. Noticed how all these digits became 0 and the number being rounded went up. Now let's say I had another number and it was 4,289. Oh, see? Now these two numbers over here, 89, are fairly large. But what number am I rounding? The largest whole number. So 4 is my largest whole number. What do? Look at my number to the right and check my rules. If the number to the right is 5 or higher, the number being rounded goes up. The number to the right is not 5 or higher. If the number is 4 or lower, the number being rounded stays the same. Therefore, this 2 is 4 or lower, so this 4 stays the same, becomes 4,000. So everything else becomes 0 after I round my number. You can do this, same rules apply when you start talking about certain digits. So let's say I had round, I'm going to make this a different color because I'm kind of bored of that one. Round to the nearest tens. Okay, now I have to realize I am no longer rounding to the nearest, to the biggest whole number. What I'm doing is I am rounding to the nearest 10. So if I have this large number here, 34,578, I need to look at my tens digit. This is the number I'll be rounding, and then the same rules apply. So I am rounding the 7. I look at the number to the right, and then the 7 either stays the same or goes up. And then all these numbers will stay the same for sure. So I look at the 7, look at my number to the right. If the number to the right is 5 or higher, yes, 8 is 5 or higher. Okay, what do? The number being rounded goes up 1 digit. Everything over here stays the same. Those all stay the same. The 8, the 7 changes, so it is I don't like that. Sorry. So it would be, I forgot to erase it. So it would be changed, all right, 34,500. The 7 was being rounded, so it went up to an 8, and this, everything to the right side, becomes a 0 once I round. 34,580. We will continue to work on this in class. Thank you for watching the video.